Guys, make sure you're following us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
It massively helps us out. Enjoy the episode. You're an incredible Sunday League footballer. We've seen it on YouTube. There's numerous videos.
Incredible.
Well, you're our first guest.
It's a nice way of saying. It's a nice way of saying you could never be a professional. You're an incredible Sunday League footballer.
Have you ever tried to? Have you ever had trials?
No.
Or?
I was going to say, yeah. You never. Oh, I suppose you live in Jersey.
Well, yeah. You had to be. You had to be in the island, which is like the island team for Jersey, and I was always like, I went to trials when I was younger, but then didn't get in. Yeah, I was just too small.
Have you always been a
and I wasn't quick.
Well?
Like you can be small, but you need to be quick, and I wasn't small or quick.
You're like
I know multiple people that I used to go like high school with, and they secondary schools, but I was and they got dropped by actual football clubs because they just weren't physical enough. Like they were incredibly talented,
which is weird because
they
just give them 4 years.
It's a very like lower league stance on things.
Yeah.
You can't bully people, so you can't be a footballer. That doesn't, it doesn't
but
work
you've seen
like
that
Thank you, Neil Warnock.
You've seen that change now recently. Like, I think the English are definitely adopting more of a.
Sorry, to give context to the audio listeners, is Chris and I both did the Neil Warnock impression where he comes up.
When you pull out a treat from the. Oh no, I've just fucked it up.
That's fine.
It's cool.
I was going to say.
We know.
England are very much adopting more of a Spanish mentality. I think. Whoa. If you look at the likes of players coming through now, they're all very technical.
Harry Maguire.
I mean, coming through like the younger generation is very, very technical.
Better, yeah.
I just think
it's definitely been a head switch. Like we're less of the brutes, more of the talent.
I don't even think it's that. I just think the development of good players in England favours being better on the ball.
Yeah, but like I also do feel like in past like 10 years, 20 years maybe, it's got better in terms of. In lower league football, you wouldn't just shut the door to kids that are small.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I remember there were seasons when I played, and I'm not saying that I would have ever made it as a footballer, even
never know
semi-pro. But like there were years when I genuinely play against kids twice my height, and like now I'm a relatively obviously I'm short, but like I'm a relatively normal height, and I could.
Well, anyone twice your height is Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, well, like there's footballers the same height as me. Lionel Messi is about 5 foot. I don't know if he's 5 foot. I think he is 5'6" actually. So
he's 5'6".
He's 5'6".
Yeah. But like.
Insigne
actually, he did get told that he had to have growth hormones, or he couldn't.
But again,
my parents took me for that.
Not to bring it back to him, but carry on.
Wait, you had growth hormones?
We went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "You're not severely enough, like short.
You're not short. Yeah. You're not short enough."
He's just looking down on you.
I was like, I'm just trying to follow Lionel Messi's
short.
career path.
How old were you then?
This is what I'm saying.
Last year.
Like 4.
This was like, yeah. This was literally probably the year that I'm talking about when I remember. Like, there's footage of me playing against people that are genuinely twice my height. It's maybe like year 8.
Oh, wow. So 2008.
Probably. 2008. Like that.
Yeah, 2008, 2007. You're the same age as me.
Yeah.
How old are you?
So I was born in 1996.
Yeah, same.
The fact that you know that off the top of your head is weird.
No, it's
no, it's the same year. It's the same
year. So for us, year 6 was 2008. Year 7 was 2007. Yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I think that sort of thing. But yeah, like I generally.
Yeah, Chris, I've done a lot of studying of you. It's fine.
I think that it is better in terms of not just shutting the door on kids like that who will catch up and will be better footballers than those people in 3 years, because it would just be weird. I've always thought it's strange just being like, if you can't run as fast as these people at this age, then you know that's the door closed.
You haven't developed enough at this point in your life, so you're never going to. Well, it doesn't make any sense.
But like it was always my frustration. Obviously, as a short kid, but the tall, fast kids that weren't necessarily that good at football always got picked, and it was like in the future, I will probably be better than that.
I've been there, done that. Like when I used to play Sunday League. Well, it's like 13 years old, 14 years old.
Yeah,
something
11
like
side.
That. Our best player was a guy that we just used to hoof the ball up to, and he'd just run everyone and score on his own, because he'd be like a 100-meter sprinter.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Sounds like me
these days.
I didn't play football with you at that point.